This is an Off the Tongue podcast.
Hey, everybody, I'm Doug.
I am Greg.
And Mike is on special assignment. It's just the two old men.
That's right. He has a lot of special assignments lately. He's very busy.
Yes, he is. This is, it's funny, it makes it okay podcast. So we'll probably have a little bit of an abbreviated show. I think we're just going to jump right in. I think, Greg, you got some customer service stuff you want to talk about.
I do.
I got a couple things. Just one I'm calling the segment most depressing.
So you're going to talk about work.
Myself. No. And then there was a Uber released its lost and found list. Items that were lost and found. And I got a list of, it tells the most common. And then there's 50 of the most unique items that were lost in the Uber vehicles.
I have never done an Uber.
I haven't either.
See, that's the old man.
Yes, it is.
Talking.
I just cannot pay that much money to go. I'll just drive myself. But that's another subject. So we're going to play a little bit of a game with that. I'm going to have it. We'll go through. I'm going to give you 3 items, and you got to tell me if any or all or none of them are true items that were found in an Uber.
Okay.
So that's what we got going today. So
take
it away.
All right. Well, I got a couple of, I got 3 customer service, store, retail related things. The first one is our church is looking to purchase a piece of equipment. I won't say what it is, who it's from, or anything. I won't give any names. Well, I might say his name, but no, I'm not. No names, nothing. But anyways, we're looking for a particular piece of equipment. And so we figured we would probably buy from this one company. Well, a friend of mine said, "Hey, I've got a sales contact there who we can talk to that can probably get us a discount."
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
Did he get him off of sugar so he owes him, or
he could.
Like Kramer, he was eating 10 ring dings a day.
That's right.
Get him off.
Get him off the what he's hooked on.
Yes,
no, but anyway. So he gave the guy my number, and the guy called me. And so I took the call, and I was talking to him about the equipment and kind of landed on what would be the best fit for us. And we're talking along, and he goes, "Man, I don't know. He sounded a little salesman-y, but I was willing to overlook that. That's, okay, But he's like, "Man, I just want to give you guys the best service I can give you." I'm like, "Great,
nice,
we want
man,
that."
It is all coming up great.
"That's my goal, is to give you the best service." He goes, "If you got friends and you want to, send them my way, I'll do the same for them. I'll give them the best service." And then he goes, "Do you know how many customers I have?" And I go, "No."
When you want to ask him, how in the world would I possibly know that?
This is a national company. I'm like,
yeah, it's not Joe's.
No. So I'm thinking, I go 1,000. Cause maybe they do regions, things like that. 1,000. He goes 6,000. I have 6,000 customers.
Oh, so you insulted him.
I must have. Cause the rest of the story would allude that maybe I did.
Okay.
But, so then he goes, "But I want to get that down to 3,000 because I have some bad customers in there, and I want 3,000 good customers."
Don't most salesmen just want money, whether you're a good or bad customer?
Yes, I think so.
But okay, maybe not.
If I was a bad customer and said, "I'm giving you, $10,000 order," suddenly I don't look so bad.
No.
But anyways, he wanted 3,000 good customers. Well, then out of the blue, he just goes, "Say my name or I'm going to hang up on you." And I thought,
Say my name? What?
And I'm like, "Say your name." And I go, I'm sorry. My friend gave me your name, but I didn't, lock it in. You're going to have to remind me. Click. He hung up on me after saying that. It's like, what?
That is weird. I'm a grown man. I'm not saying your name.
Yes. Even if
like, call me daddy. I'm not, what? Who's your daddy? It's like, I just want to buy this product. That's all I want to do.
He literally hung up on me, which then I am instantly furious.
Oh yeah.
Because
they're done.
I'm like, oh, that didn't just happen.
I would probably fire off a sternly written letter.
Yes. I had sternly thoughts. I mean, I did write off a text to my friend and said, "Hey, this dude you're dealing with, I'm done with him. I said, if you guys want to, if you guys
I
want to use
probably would
them.
have went to the website if they have one and put a complaint in. And
I haven't yet. I'm debating.
because that's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, so then about 10 minutes later, he messages me, and I don't know if my friend got a hold of him. I don't know. I don't really know what happened after that, but he messages me. He goes, man, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have hung up on you. It won't happen again. I promise. And it's like, you're right.
Darn right.
It's not going to happen
You're
again.
not going to get the opportunity.
Because I am not talking
I
to
had
you
to text
again.
back and told him, say my name.
Yeah. Won't help anything, but say it.
Yeah.
So
customer service is horrible. I can't imagine. I'm going to start doing that with customers. So I'm just going to go into the customers. Yeah,
say my
I need you to
name.
fix this mailing machine. Say my name. The good thing is, though, I think he's well on his way to whittling his customers down to 3,000.
I do think so. And maybe that's what he meant. Maybe he does that. It's
Say, well, you're a bad salesman. Maybe you should just keep the bad customers.
yes, it would go together.
Yes.
So anyways, there's that one. My next one was Lori and I went out for breakfast Saturday morning. And
Nice.
we went over to your neck of the woods.
My neck of the woods.
To a little kind of dive diner there on Route 8 in your neck of the woods.
Yeah. Used to be a Casey's.
Did it used to be a Casey's? What do you say? A fill-in station.
Yeah. That used to be a Casey's.
Oh, I didn't know it used to be a Casey's. So we go in there.
Years ago.
And I've eaten there multiple times.
They sold that not too long ago.
Well, maybe they need to sell
maybe
it.
a year ago. I don't know how long I've never been there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I used to go with my mom once in a while and stepdad. We would go over there, eat,
That's been a while then.
Yeah, well, no, but I've done it since then too. Okay. I've been there. Lori and I have been there a number of times, and we always liked it. The food was always good. It's a little bit of a hole in the wall, but it's good.
Well, sometimes you find good food there.
So I don't know if they're training new staff or if this gal, I don't know how to say it. She was not clicking on all cylinders. I mean,
she said, say my name. No. Everywhere you go now.
Say my name or I'm not serving you food.
Right. She covers up her name plate. You should know it. You looked at it like, I don't know what your name is. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm stuck on
No, that's fine. But so we sit down and we order. That all goes smoothly. She then brings our food.
Okay.
But no silverware. And so we're like looking around.
And you didn't get like finger food, like fried chicken or a hamburger.
No, this was breakfast food. So like eggs, French toast.
You eat that with
sausage. Dip it in the syrup. Lori picks up her pancake, dips it in the syrup.
Your fingers are all sticky.
Oh, no, we couldn't dip it in the syrup because there was no syrup either.
Oh.
So that's part of the story too. But so there's no silverware. So I'm looking, and the girl is nowhere to be seen for a while. So I'm looking around.
That's not a very big place either.
No,
I mean,
I don't know where she disappeared to. But it's like she disappeared. We have no silverware. Our food's getting colder. And suddenly I see a tote over by the door into the kitchen. It's like, silverware. So I get up, walk over there, grab us each silverware. So then I bring it back. And this is prior to us. Now, I guess we had the food at this point because we were still waiting. Because I'm eating my eggs and sausage. That's fine. And she walks by and we're like, hey, can we get some syrup? And a little later, all this is just taking a while. It's like,
and there's nothing better than cold French toast with your
yes.
meal.
So she comes back with the syrup, and it's like a thimble. It's like teeny little for both Lori and I. One.
Oh, I would have said, I'm going to need about 50 times.
I'm going to need
more.
the bottle.
Yeah.
No, it was, probably maybe more like a shot glass, but an ounce, something like that.
I like a lot of syrup.
I do too. So Lori told her, we're going to need at least one more of these. And so a little bit later, she comes back with mine. So now we have syrup. Okay, good. We have syrup. And so let's see, what else did I have? So we had the syrup. Then we sat and waited a while for our ticket, our receipt or whatever, what I got to pay from, our ticket, I'll call it. And she walks by and I said, hey, when you got time, can I grab our ticket? And we've noticed the other people at another table, there's like 6, 7 at another table. They got all their food, no silverware. And we're like, hey, there's silverware over there, but
good
no
luck
ticket.
If you want syrup, but
so we waited. And then a different waitress comes up and sits down with us. And so,
I've been to restaurants where they do that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's all putting. I'm like, look, I understand you're wanting to be homey friendly, but we're not.
Yeah.
Just fix my meal. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, so she sits down with us and she goes, I'm sorry, but can I get your guys' orders again? We can't find your ticket.
I would have just said, I'm sorry. It's comp. Go ahead and leave.
No, they didn't take anything off.
I had a hot water. I had a water and a piece of toast.
Yeah. So we told her what we had. She wrote it down.
You did the right thing.
Yes, we did. But so this whole meal we wound up with no silverware, no syrup, no ticket because I couldn't find it. How do you lose the ticket?
I wouldn't think it's very easy.
It's on a little pad. She wrote it down, and it's like, did you lose your whole pad? And it took a different girl to come and ask us about the ticket.
Maybe the other girl quit. She's like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I didn't know people were going to be asking a bunch of questions.
Well, not only that, then when I go to pay, they charge you an extra $1 if you use a credit card. And it's like, I had no cash on me, so I'm like, crap. I had to pay the extra $1 for the credit card purchase.
So you got that going for you.
So yes, there's customer service story number 2. Now the last one is not so much the service. It's the, I don't know what the word is, but anyways, we went to the brand new spanking Dairy Queen here in town.
The brand new
spanking
new.
That's
a whole other restaurant.
Yes, a new spanking. That's the name
I would
of
not
it.
be happy about that one.
No,
the
brand
customer service was good, boy, but they really swatted my behind.
I didn't even get a spanking.
Sorry, go ahead.
So the brand spanking new Dairy Queen in town. So we go in there and I ordered our food. We got it. It was okay. It was decent. It's Dairy Queen food. And when I paid, they go, would you like to give $1 to the Children's Hospital to get these coupons? I'm like, Children's Hospital, sure, $1. Okay, yeah, I'll take the coupons. So I'll pay an extra $1 for those. Sit down and eat. And they also handed me other coupons. So I sit down and eat, and we're almost done eating, and I'm thumbing through the coupons, and there's one there that says 85-cent blizzards if you spend $1. I'm like, nice. Oh, nice. We'll get us a blizzard. We spent way more than $1. And so I walked up to the counter. I had the coupon. I go, can I use this with – I had my receipt. I said, can I use this with the meal? And she goes, that's a good question, this young girl. She goes, that's a good question. And then she's new, so it's like she didn't know. But there was a guy standing there with his arms crossed looking, and he goes, yeah, you can use those. And I'm like, great. I just want to get a blizzard with the – and he goes, but you got to spend $1. I go, I just spent $25. He goes, no, you got to spend $1 for the coupon. I'm like, you can't use what I just spent to get a blizzard.
Because I didn't have the coupon at that point. You just sold it to me.
Yeah. Well, they did. No, this was a freebie one that they gave me with the coupons. But it's like, I just spent $25. I got to spend another $1.
I would have been furious.
I didn't buy a blizzard.
I said, I guess I'll go to Culver's.
Yeah.
Or the Curious or whatever. There's multiple places here I can get ice cream. I don't need to be here at Dairy Queen for just food.
I mean, I'm like, okay.
I would have told him, I said, are you joking? I just spent like $25.
Well, yeah, I'm holding up the long receipt in front of him.
What should have probably cost me $14, but I'm paying these exorbitant prices.
Yeah.
And then still I get some blowback on this.
Yeah.
What you just said, yeah, just go ahead.
Take the $1 I gave the Children's Hospital and give me a blizzard.
Normally we want it in all one. I would have told the person, the gal behind the counter. Normally we want it all in one, but just, yeah.
But a lot of times with dessert, I don't always know when I order. It's like I'm sitting there eating and I was like, oh, coupon. That's really was the main reason. It's like, oh, coupon. I'll go get us a blizzard. And we were just going to split it. And it's like, what can you buy for $1 at Dairy Queen either? So I'm going to end up spending another $3 or $4 to get the 85-cent blizzard.
Yeah, I'll say, well, what do you got for $1? I guess give me
can I buy a spoon?
2 honey mustards. I don't want a honey mustard, but I guess I'll take that.
So we didn't get our blizzard, which was probably better anyways because we didn't need it.
It's the principle, though.
It is, and it's
just one more thing that's not going to go your way.
Well, it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, I had the receipt. We literally spent $25, and it's like, I got to spend another $1 to get. The
I would have said something and made a deal out of it. And then we said, all right, just give. I said, I don't want it now. I don't want it.
Yeah.
I walked away. I'm just proving a point.
Yeah. I've got 18 good restaurants, and I'm paring down to 9 good ones.
I'm getting rid of the 9 bad ones.
Yes, and you just made the list. So, anyways, that's my customer service woes this last week.
Well, you've had a week.
It has been a week.
You hit the trifecta. Got a hat trick on customer service.
Yeah.
For poor customer service.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got a couple things. Like I said, I'm calling this most depressing. It's a couple things I saw that just, it's like, wow, that is super depressing to me.
That's just what I need. More depression.
Yeah. So you've probably never thought of this, but I saw an animal. This is maybe a month ago now, but I've wrote a note down to talk about it at some point. I looked at it as like, that's got to be the most depressing animal I've ever seen. So do you have any thoughts of a depressing animal?
A depressing
animal. The animal itself might not be depressing in my particular scenario, but just the whole situation. I'm like,
so just to look at an animal and tell you that's a depressing animal.
Yeah. While you're thinking, I'll give you my scenario. I'll give you what I rented.
Okay.
So I'm driving. Like I said, this might have been about a month ago. It's like 38 degrees. It's raining. I'm driving.
One of our beautiful Illinois days.
I'm driving in the middle of nowhere. I'm just out. And the fields are they're down, they're plowed, and they're just muddy. It's just a mess. And I look out in the field, and I see this huge flock I'm like, what is that? And I look at, it's a bunch of white and grass. It's a bunch of seagulls. I said,
seagulls? We're nowhere near an ocean.
You are a seagull. You can fly anywhere. You can go in. What are you doing in Central Illinois in March in a rainstorm?
In the middle of a field.
I would go to the ocean. I would fly. I'm flying. I can fly. I'm flying to the ocean in nice weather. What are they doing here?
Picking up McDonald's French fries that fall on the ground.
In the middle of a field? There's a huge bunch of them. But I just thought, wow. That's horrible.
That is horrible.
Why would you do that?
Especially when your natural inclination would be to be at a beach or something.
You would think. I don't even know. I just looked out and I was shocked. Like, wow, that's a lot of seagulls. And I'm like, what are they doing in the middle of a field in Illinois? I mean, I know we do have seagulls off the river and stuff.
We do, but
still, I wouldn't be here, especially in March in 38 degrees and rain.
Yeah.
Standing in the mud. They're standing in the mud. You can fly. You can leave the state. There's nothing keeping you here. What are you doing?
I don't know. If I was a seagull and I left and saw the beach once, I'm done. I'm never going back.
Why would I ever go back? I'll just hang out here. So, I don't know. That was my one animal.
So your one. I was trying to think of a wild animal. Because, I mean, I look at things like panda bears always seem kind of depressing. Sloths.
They're stupid. I don't know how panda bears have survived this long. Because apparently if they're not in a zoo, they just die.
Yeah.
They fall off of something, break their neck, and die. Or they can't, if somebody doesn't give them food, I don't know. Every video I've ever seen of a panda bear, it's falling down or getting knocked over or something.
Yeah.
I've never seen an action video of a panda bear.
There's no action.
Well, that's what I meant. I've never seen chasing down prey or running. Or even on the nature of the mating. There's no mating ones. There's nothing. It's just nope. Nope. Nothing.
Do they eat bamboo or something?
I think so.
Or?
Bamboo. I don't know.
They can be kind of depressing. But I don't know. I wouldn't see those in the wild here. I don't know. Here, I mean, maybe a mole or something. They're ugly.
They're ugly, but they're underground. They're doing
they're busy.
Thing.
They're doing it. Yeah, they're
eating grubs.
Yeah, eating grubs, having some grub.
Getting it on with the lady mole, whatever. Maybe they got a little discotheque going down there.
That's the thumping you hear sometimes when you're out walking. What's that noise?
It's the mole discotheque. Trying to hook up.
Raccoons are a little bit of... Yeah, we were just talking about that story over in Peoria. The homeless man threw a candle at a raccoon and burned the house down. Burned the house down.
Nice. That's just what you want. All right. Well, that was it for the animal for me. But
yeah,
the other thing I have is I went by today. I was traveling in another city, and I drove by, and I'm going to use the air quotes, a mall in this city. It was the most depressing thing. There was a like a liquidator warehouse there. So
I've been there.
I stopped real quick.
That's where those came from.
Yes. He's pointing at two bicycles
yes.
for those that don't know.
I just pointed.
Off to his right.
Yes.
We don't want to say anymore about it because I don't know if it's a surprise or not.
Well,
but anyway, they have two bicycles.
Their mom knows. It's for their granddaughters, but it's,
Well, I didn't know
and they're 3. I don't think they're listening to the podcast.
I hope not. If they are, their mother should get a stern talking to.
Yeah, I think they're more into like
letter.
Blippi or something like that.
Yeah. But anyway, so I was driving by. I thought I got 5. I'm supposed to take a half hour lunch. I'm just gonna take 5 minutes, run in here and just look at flooring real quick to see what they got. But I walked out. I was like, wow, this place is super depressing.
It has everything in there.
Well, but the outside of the mall is what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, it's not just, even a mall anymore, is it?
It's just fate. Well, it still says mall. It still says Bergner's on one, like what they have on the map. I'm like, there's no Bergner's. But the paint is faded and chipped. The windows are boarded up. It's all a bunch of just empty spaces. It's just awful looking.
It's perfect for a zombie apocalypse movie.
It is. It's super depressing.
Yeah.
I almost didn't go in because I stopped and pulled up there. It's like, I think that's the place, but you couldn't really see in the doors. It's like, I could die here. I don't know.
Yeah. We went in there. They had some scratch and dent refrigerators that, man, they were pretty dented. Some places you go to a scratch and dent, and there's maybe a little, this one's been in a car accident or something.
Maybe it did. Well, I got to thinking, the building, it reminded me, I feel bad for malls. I love malls, but I grew up in that era. So I heard that they're trying to make a comeback. I guess Gen Z is they do a little more than the millennials. They kind of want to go out and do a few things, I guess.
Well, it's interesting because we went to Lexington, Kentucky and visited my son a few months ago, and they've got a mall there. It's like the malls when we were growing up. It was packed. It was busy. People were. It was like, wow, this is great.
Yeah, malls here, you go to them, they're dead. There's not much going.
6:30, and they're like, you got to leave. We're closing.
They do that. Yeah, they close at like 6:30 or 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
but I was looking at that building. And in any mall, especially around, some of these depressed areas like we're in, it makes me think of like, somebody that graduated in 1981 and they were the hot gal or guy on campus and all right, the cheerleader, the football player. And now you run into them and they've put on 40 pounds. They're sitting at the bar. They're sipping a beer, smoking a cigarette. It's like their glory days are behind them. Like, I used to be something. Yeah. People would come and see me all the time.
That was at the same time the malls were big.
Yes. It's sad. It was just very depressing.
Yeah.
I left there. They had some good prices on flooring, but I left there like, wow, this place is super depressing.
Yeah. We used to hang out at the mall.
Oh, we did too.
That was a thing.
Friday night, what do you do? Go to the mall. Go to the mall Friday. Sometimes Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, I'm going to the mall and then I'm going to cruise Main Street.
Yep.
Mike's not here to temper our old.
Or we go to the mall, and then we go to the bowling alley.
Yeah, the bowling alley.
Or go to watch a movie. The movie was at the mall sometimes.
Yeah,
depending on what mall you went to.
Sometimes for the 3rd or 4th time.
Yeah, it was great. They had everything. They had the food court. You can go to the mall, just get it all done.
Yep.
Chase girls. I don't know what I'd have done if I ever caught one, but I chased them.
Did you literally chase them?
Sometimes. They would run away.
I never chased them, I don't think.
Oh, they would run away and I would chase them down.
Just make eyes.
Yeah. All right. Anything else before we move on?
No, go ahead.
All right. Last thing. Uber has released its Lost and Found Index. Excuse me.
Uber.
Sorry about that.
Again,
sinuses.
Never been on an Uber.
Never have either. I refuse to pay. It's too much. It's like I can just.
Have you ever been in a cab?
I have not.
The only thing I've been in that would have been similar would have been our honeymoon. We took I guess it was sort of a cab from our hotel to the airport to fly out.
I've done that from like when I've been at trainings, they'll have like a shuttle from the hotel to the training facility. But I mean, I'm not paying. I just get on it and they take you off.
Usually it's a van of some sort.
Yeah.
This guy drove like a maniac when we.
But anyway, so Uber has released their 2025 Lost and Found Index, and they have the most common items left, the most forgetful cities, and then they have 50 of the most unique items lost. So what we're going to do is I'm going to see if you can get at least the top 5 most common items left in an Uber.
Left in an Uber.
Yep.
A cell phone.
Number 1.
Ding, ding, ding. A purse.
They have wallet, but I will say that's about the same. So I'll give you that. 2. That's number 2.
Food.
Not on the list.
Oh, what else would one leave? Keys.
Number 3.
Cool.
2 more.
What else would one leave in an Uber? We got phone, keys, purse.
When do you take an Uber? A lot of people.
I don't know.
Where would you take an Uber if you were traveling? Where would you take the?
The airport.
Okay, so one of these items goes along with that,
Like a suitcase.
luggage.
Really?
Number 4. Yes.
People leave them in there, huh?
Yeah. Number 5 might be a little more difficult for you to get. I mean, once you hear, it's like, okay, I could see that happening because it's something that.
Yeah. So not food. Gum.
No.
I don't know.
Headphones.
Oh, yeah. I could see, like, especially the iPod.
Yep.
phones.
Number 6 was glasses, followed by clothing,
Ooh,
passport. Passport would be bad.
That would be bad.
A vape, and a water bottle. Are you leaving a water? I think they're just discarding it. They don't want it. I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know that.
It.
Oh, I left my water bottle.
I put an ad on it.
Maybe it's the fancier water bottles.
That could be.
Because a lot of people have those now.
Could be a Stanley Cup or something,
Yeah.
or the like the metal
like the
bottle.
One, the hockey, the hockey player leave it in there.
All right, the 10
It
most.
is a traveling cup.
It is a traveling cup. The 10 most forgetful cities. I'll just see if you can get the top 5.
The forgetful cities?
Yes. So that where people leave the most stuff in these cities.
Is this going to be the rundown of the biggest cities? L.A.?
That's number 4.
Chicago?
Number 3.
New York?
Number 1.
Dallas?
Number 9.
Number 9. Miami?
Number 2. You got one more to get.
One more. Seattle?
Not on the list.
Oh, I had to go to the Northwest. Thought maybe. What am I forgetting?
This would be a city that there's probably more people that aren't permanent residents that go there and kind of live there.
Snowbirds?
Huh?
Snowbirds?
No.
Oh. Oh. Well, what else would it? Let's see.
When I say it, you'll okay, because it makes sense.
Nothing's clicking.
Okay. What if I said it's big, beautiful city, one of the best cities? Oh, it's a great city.
Vegas?
No.
Oh.
I threw you off. Washington, D.C. Because you've got a lot of people going there that, traveling all the time back and forth. So that's number 5. 6 is San Francisco. 7, Boston, Massachusetts. Boston. 8 is Newark. 9 is Dallas. And 10 is Houston.
We have a problem.
So they had a list of 50 of the most unique items. So I'm going to play this little game. I've got 10 rounds. We'll see if we get to all 10. We're doing pretty well on time. We probably will. There are going to be each round. I'm going to read 3 items.
Okay.
Now, of these 3 items, 1, 2, 3, or none of those items may have been in the car. So you keep score here, and you just guess what you think.
Okay, you're doing 10, right?
10. So round number 1. Here are the 3 items that may have been left in an Uber. A DJ mixing board, a drum kit, a flute and violin.
I'm going to say what was the very first one?
DJ mixing board.
And drums?
And drum kit.
I'm going to go with the first 2, but not the violin and...
Just the DJ mixing board. The other 2 are fake.
So I got
You got one, yeah.
Out of 3?
Yeah. All right, round 2. A chicken sculpture, a taxidermied rabbit, or 10 live lobsters.
I'm going to say all 3.
You are correct. All 3.
Wow.
Okay. Number 3, round number 3. A sofa, 2 mattresses,
Holy cow.
or 15 hookahs.
15 hookahs. That's a lot of hookahs.
That is a lot of hookahs.
What kind of... I'm going to say none.
2 mattresses and 15 hookahs.
Wow.
I don't know what kind of a vehicle you have to put a mattress in there, let alone 2.
So is my score 0 out of...
We'll just, I guess just for the whole round, if you get it for the round, or however you want to score it.
I just got 0 on that one, but I want to know what I guess I was out of 3.
Out of 2, yeah. So you 2 were correct. Mattresses, hookahs. So
really, I got 1 right because it wasn't left in there. So yeah, I could say 1 out of 3 or 0 out of 2.
However you want to score.
I'll say
I didn't
0
really
out of
come up
2.
with a scoring option.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4, football helmet, size 21 shoes, witch's broom.
Geesh, was Shaq in there?
Could have been.
I think he's bigger than a 21,
That
actually.
very well could be.
So what was the first one again?
Football helmet.
Football helmet. I'm going to say... I say all 3 again.
Just the witch's broom.
Just the broom.
How do they know it's a witch's broom? Is there a difference between a regular broom and a witch's broom? I'm just curious.
Well,
I was like, how did they know that was a witch's broom and not just a regular broom?
Well, it flew when they opened the door.
Oh, it could be.
Flew out.
All right, round number 5.
I'm not doing very well.
Cornish hens, a male mannequin, or boiled eggs and a candle. That's one item. So
boiled eggs and a
kind
candle.
of a romantic, soul-free dinner.
I
don't know. I don't know why.
All right, number 1 was
Cornish hens,
and then 2 was
a male mannequin.
okay. I'm going to say 1 and 2.
1 and 3.
Oh, so I got 1 out of 3.
All right, number 6 or round number 6, round 6. A unicycle, roller skates, or foosball table. Again, all items that
and they got left.
That's what these are. All what they're saying have been left inside of Ubers.
I'm gonna try 1 and 2 again.
Just 1.
Oh,
no roller skates, no foosball table. All right, round 7. Hoverboard and a mini fridge, a sewing machine, or a karaoke machine.
Oh, the first 2 were together.
Yeah, hoverboard and mini fridge is one item.
Okay.
Sewing machine, karaoke machine.
1 and 3.
1 and 2.
Oh,
Again, sewing machine's heavy. Are you trying?
they are heavy, or they can be.
Yeah, so. Number 8, voodoo doll, a box of bras, or roast turkey. Or roasted turkey.
2 and 3.
None. I made them all up. I got you on that one.
Oh.
Okay. Round 9. A turtle, a urinal, or a prosthetic leg.
A turtle, a urinal, or a prosthetic leg. 1 and 3.
1 and 2. What do you do with a urinal?
I don't
And
know.
how do you leave that? And I see at some point, I think it's garbage that they want to get rid of. They put
Well,
it
that's
in
the
there and
thing.
they leave.
Yeah, it's like what's it doing in there?
But anyway, or they call. Hey, did you guys find a urinal? I can't find my urinal. Okay, whatever. All right, and round number 10. A mannequin head with human hair,
Interesting.
an ant farm, or breast milk.
The human head with hair sounds like it should not be in there because it doesn't sound like a real thing, but
It does not sound like a real thing.
I feel like maybe it was. What was number 2?
An ant farm. Just like one of those
Yeah, I was a little.
glass ant farms.
And then 3 was.
Breast milk.
I feel like that one could easily. So I'm going to say 3, but I'm going to say. Let's say all 3.
No ant farm.
Oh.
But the mannequin with the human hair. And how do they know it's breast milk? Is it labeled or did somebody just taste it? It's like, what? I would just milk. I don't know that you need to say breast milk.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, maybe even if it was in a bottle, formula, could it be?
Yeah. So that was it.
Could have been labeled though.
A few other ones that I didn't throw in there. A chainsaw.
Maybe the girl was still attached to it.
Maybe it was. A chainsaw was in there. An aquarium. Like aquarium. That's
hopefully it was empty. Carting around a full aquarium.
A traffic cone. A plunger. A plunger.
You never know when you're going to need a traffic cone, though. That could come in handy.
This is true.
Or a plunger.
Divorce papers.
Ew.
It says fake blood. I don't know how they know fake blood, too. Unless it's in a tube that says fake blood.
Or do testing on it. Crime labs.
I don't know. Let's see. Is that about... There's a bunch of other ones that are not as... A Harry Potter wand. I guess that goes around along with your witch's broom, maybe. Yeah.
Not in the same Uber, probably though.
No. Sea moss.
Sea moss, like a sea moss battery, or
no? SEA moss,
like in a computer. Oh, actual sea moss.
Yeah, sea moss.
Sea gulls following it around.
A DNA testing kit. Maybe that's how they found out about
the blood.
And then this last one. A sticky boob bra. I don't know what that is. Sticky boob bra.
What's sticky? The bra?
I don't know. That's all it says. That's what it says. So
sticky.
I'm just throwing it out there. That was on their Uber. They had some other ones that weren't as interesting to me, but
some adhesive on it, huh?
I guess. I guess. All right.
I don't have a clue.
Anything else for you? Or
no.
Kind of an abbreviated segment.
A little abbreviated.
But that's all right.
Go see if I can get some more poor customer service this week.
I'm sure you can. That will probably be a definite. So,
yeah.
Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. This is the It's Funny That Makes So Gay podcast, part of the Off the Tongue podcast network, where you can listen to the Greener Grass, Skate, Ohio.
Yep. Pint
Pals, the original Copycats, and many more. Check out the network. Give us a listen. Hit the share button. Give us a 5-star rating. Give us a review. Check out our social media feeds. We do some taste tests and some other different memes we throw out there. Leave a comment. We do like all that.
Yes, we'll give you a coupon.
Yes, but you can't
You
use
do have to spend $1
yes,
to use
spend
it,
$1.
though.
So we hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you're listening in 7 days. Until then, see ya.
Later.